if government fails to resolve the challenges the Zambians are facing, the Zambians must remove government. And indeed, I'm happy that the Zambian people have decided, they've made up their minds that come this August, specifically August 13th, the UPND will lead government. Because they have failed to resolve the challenges of the Zambian people.
In Osaka town, people walk and talk. BM's name on everyone's lips, they can be sure. He fights for us, he leads the way. We need to stand up, show we're not afraid to say. From Chipata to Luansha, from Sohezi to Mongo, BM's name rings loud, no one can ignore. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's name one, let's give them a voice. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. Gather round, let's make a plan. BM's the man, let's not delay. Together strong, we can't be wrong. BM will make a change. In talk where we march, in kids where we stand. BM's the one, we won't be ignored. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's the one, let's not lose. From Kaputa to Kasamba, from Nakonde to Borogoso, BM's the man, let's show it so. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's the one, let's give him a voice. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream.
Hello and welcome to BM8 Unfiltered, a platform that was created for you to engage with Honorable Brian Mundubile, who is the Tonse Alliance president. Okay.
3, 2, same energy, Mushia.
All right.
And action.
Hello and welcome to BM8 Unfiltered. My name is Buchi. This is a platform that was created for you to engage with Honorable Brian Mundubile, a one-on-one discussion with you and him. You ask all the unfiltered questions. A little while ago, he launched 100 Days of Hope. And as we speak, we are on 91 days out of hope. With that, it means that we're getting closer and closer to the 13th of August. And there's a lot of burning questions that you have. Let's get to meet the man of the moment and get straight into the conversation. Honorable, welcome. And how are you?
Very well, Bochi. Very well. It's been a very tiresome week. A lot of activities going on. I just left a meeting where I've been sitting for a couple of hours. So it's been a very busy week indeed.
You look like you've really been running around. I don't think I would be able to do the running around you're doing. And I'm still very youthful.
Oh yeah, it's been a full week of work, and I'm happy that maybe the Zambian people are seeing the results. So yeah, but we're good to go.
Well, quite an eventful week you've had. We'll run down all that happened. The announcement on Wednesday evening of the merging of the Tonse and as well as the PFT and the Pamodzi to birth the Tonse Pamodzi. That is something quite significant. Maybe you can walk us through what happened, how everything came about.
Well, of course, there's been a call. We heeded to a call from the Zambian people. And this is not the Zambian people in general. We've had calls from the clergy, calls from our traditional leaders, calls from our youths, calls from Nakulumutinta Pamakasa. The call was that we needed to come together, with other opposition political parties. And at some point, there was insistence that BM8 and MZ needed to come together to be able to form a formidable force that would challenge the UPND in the forthcoming elections. You know, Buchi, that I think in the past 2 months, as Tonse, we have been joining forces with other opposition political parties and alliances. And I remember last time I was here, you asked me to say, yes, some work has been done, but people think there's more to be done. So what we are doing is that more. And I'm happy that Comrade Makebi Zulu and MZ8 with his PF Pamodzi Alliance, merged and joined forces with the Tonse Alliance yesterday. So we have agreed to work together and be able to confront the challenges that our people are facing.
Back-to-back weeks, and you're just announcing, new alliances joining the Tonse Alliance. The last time we were talking was the WAZA, which is We As One Zambia Alliance, joining the Tonse Alliance. In your speech, you said this is in response to the many calls like you've just highlighted right now. How has this major development been received by, both internally and as well as externally for the Tonse Alliance?
Oh, it's been well received. Zambians across the country are very happy, excited. Their minds are liberated. Their spirits are liberated. They actually can see hope. They now believe this country will be restored. The democracy in the country will be restored. The rule of law will be restored. The independence of the judiciary. The civil servants were calling in last night, a number of them, telling me that, Mr. President, now we believe that the various challenges we're facing under this government will finally be resolved.
Don't you think maybe this has come a bit, because maybe this has come a little late, because now we're just a day away from the 90 days of official campaigns, and that will need you to be running full throttle. Don't you think this has come a little bit late?
Not at all, not at all. Remember that these discussions started some time back. And obviously we had to find some common ground. The starting point was to understand from either side what we intended to do for the people of Zambia. Remember, Buchi, here, the key are the Zambian people. So we sat with my brother to look at what plans he had for the Zambian people. He equally asked what plans I had for the Zambian people. So when we compared our plans, we discovered that we had a lot in common. One, we care for the poor. We are looking out for the most vulnerable in society. He worked as provincial minister in the previous government. I also worked as provincial minister. So these are some of the common commonalities that we may have between us. So, for instance, when we're talking about civil servants, I was asking him the other day about civil servants, and we found that we received similar complaints. Civil servants today, Buchi, are complaining about housing allowance. Civil servants are complaining about debt swap. Civil servants are complaining about the discrimination within the civil service. Yeah, so we are agreed, Buchi, that number one, we'll depoliticize the civil service. Number two, we'll professionalize the civil service. Number three, we'll embark on reforms that will also include merit-based recruitment processes, as it were.
Do you think that, both of you having served as provincial minister gives you more of an advantage coming into August 13, that when you take over office, it will be much easier for you to get into the workings of government because you won't need to start figuring out how it's working. Do you think that gives you that comparative advantage?
Of course, Puchi. Provincial administration is a mini government. As provincial minister, I was taking care of 26 departments, 26 ministries, so to speak. And as provincial minister, I dealt with traditional leaders. As a provincial minister, I dealt with traditional ceremonies. I dealt with all the challenges that a country would face, but at a provincial level. So that fairly gave us some expose, to appreciate how government runs.
Interesting. Let's get to still speaking on the same matter. The Tonse Pamodzi is now the largest single opposition outfit into this election so far. We still have some fragments of the opposition still, sitting on the fence. What's the message, or what's the way forward? Are you already in discussions with them? What's the way forward?
Which, if you remember, during the launch of the 100 Days of Hope, I made a call to the opposition leaders. And of course, I specifically mentioned certain names, including that of Makebi Zulu. I want to report to you that we are in talks with other opposition and political leaders with a view of coming together to unite and form, like I said, a formidable force to be able to offer a good run for the UPND.
Interesting. Honorable Makebi Zulu said during the launch of the Tonse Pamodzi that you don't start shearing the elephant before it is killed. Quite an interesting choice of words there. So far, many Zambians, they are still asking, what is the end goal? You kill the elephant in the room. In this case, you push out President Hakainde Hichilema out of office, and then what? So what if the elephant is killed? What follows? What's the way forward? What is this about?
Well, what follows after killing the elephant is the implementation of the manifesto. And Buchi, you know that we've got a guiding compass under the Tonse manifesto. And that guiding compass, number one, is hard work. Number two is open government. Number three is a people-centered government. Number four is economic transformation. That's the beginning, of the implementation of the economic transformation agenda.
What's your message to people that feel maybe this unity is coming just because of the upcoming elections, and there's no real merit to this unity that is happening now? What's your message to that?
Well, Pochi, don't forget that Honorable Makebi Zulu and I come from the Patriotic Front. We were in the same political party. We were workmates. If you came to Parliament, he actually used to sit next to me when we were both ministers. And beyond that, we were actually classmates and in law school. So we come from, we've been together for a very long time. So coming together is not for convenience, as it were. We were in the same political party. We were implementing the same policies under the Patriotic Front manifesto when we served as minister. And of course, we went our separate ways when we realized that the President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND would not let go of the Patriotic Front. It's something that we predicted back then at different times, and the drama has continued. So what separated us was the UPND's interference with the Patriotic Front. So I would like to say to you that coming together was natural because we were together. We're in the same party after all.
Let's talk strategy. Of course, without giving out so much of what you are doing in the background, we just want to know, what does the Tonse Pamodzi ticket bring into August election? What are the strengths that you're working with, or what are the strengths that you've seen in Honorable Makebi Zulu, having served with him, like you've already alluded to, having seen him work as provincial minister in the same capacity as yourself?
Well, of course, he's got a very strong background in the legal fraternity, and issues of governance and constitutionalism are things that he holds very dearly. You expect that when it comes to the independence of the judiciary, I know that my dear brother, fellow counsel, he would respect that. When you talk about the respect for the rule of law, I know as a lawyer, fellow council Makebi would want to respect that. So basically, the governance environment that responds to the constitutionalism of the country is something that will be among its strengths.
And do you think your personalities coming into this merger, because it has a lot to play as well in terms of how you relate between the two of you, your personalities will work for the betterment of the alliance?
Yes, of course, we're friends. Makebi and I are actually friends. Our families are also friends, family friends. So besides being a fellow member of parliament and a fellow minister and a fellow lawyer and a classmate, we're actually friends. We would spend time together away from work and away from school. So he's not a stranger to me and I'm not a stranger to him.
Well, the alliance has happened, but for somebody who is in George compound or somebody who is in Gubudu, as you like to speak to the people of Gubudu, what does this mean for them? Like, what politically, yes, it looks like the two have united. For them, what's their stake?
Well, first of all, their stake is that they've been worried over the past few days. For instance, on the enactment of the Public Gathering Act. So their take is that they need not worry for too long because we are going to revisit this particular piece of legislation. The Cyber Laws and Cyber Crimes Act has been a problem for most of the people in Mogobodu, in Mporokoso, Sunkutu, and all these other places because now they can't even talk. When you go to these areas, we went to some rural part of Kasenengwa, around Kwasamiele. We found somebody saying, no, did you hear that? This is deep in Kasenengwa, Kwasamiele, Samio Kwenje. And somebody saying, we can't say much because nilibe lawyer, kunabwela cyber. So these laws, in as much as you think the people in the rural parts do not appreciate the negative effect they have on them, they actually do. And sometimes, because of not being able to fully appreciate what is involved, they actually live in fear even more than those that would appreciate these laws to some extent. So people are oppressed. People are feeling heavily laden with these oppressive laws. So when you ask me as to what this measure brings to a person in Ngobudu, it actually gives them hope that very soon some of these oppressive laws will be revisited. It gives them hope that there will no longer be selective advancement for employment. They now should know to say when there are job opportunities, they'll be open to all. The civil servants know that finally what they've been crying about, which is a debt swap, will finally come to happen. They also know, for instance, that the challenges they're facing of accommodation. The civil servants are in trouble when it comes to accommodation. If you look at the last time their housing allowances were adjusted, it's a couple of years ago. What they get as housing allowances and what they're actually paying, for rentals in their respective and various places that they're staying, there's a huge difference. So as a result, for them to have a decent life, they needed to stay in certain neighborhoods, which ordinarily they would not afford with the housing allowance that they have. They are forced to live there so that they bring up their children in, comfortable environments, as it were. And what does that do? It leaves them vulnerable. They go out to borrow money from Shylocks just to be able to survive. So we are saying the time has come. The time has come. We are bringing about opposition unity. We are increasing the chances. We are actually now sure that we're going to win the elections this year in August, as we hold our general elections. So the people are very hopeful now. They know. Whereas, you see, Butch, you must wonder, why were people crying for this unity? You must wonder, was it for the fun of it? No. People are crying for this unity so that we improve our chances of winning. Now, we are at a stage where Zambians are actually sure that were winning, this year's election. So that unity brings a lot of joy to them. It brings a lot of happiness because they know that in a couple of days they'll be liberated, they'll be freed.
You're watching BM8 Unfiltered. I'm here with Honorable Brian Mundubile, who is now president of the Tonse Pamodzi Alliance. And some of the questions that you're putting in the comment sections will be answered here.
He says if government fails to resolve the challenges the Zambians are facing, the Zambians must remove government. And indeed, I'm happy that the Zambian people have decided, they've made up their minds that come this August, specifically August 18th, the UPND will lead government. Because they have failed to resolve the challenges of the Zambian people.
In Osaka town, people walk and talk. BM's name on everyone's lips. They can be sure. He fights for us. He leads the way. We need to stand up. Show we're not afraid to say. From Chipata to Luansha, from Soezi to Mongo, BM's name rings loud. No one can ignore. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM they won. Let's give them a voice. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. Gather round, let's make a plan. BM's the man, let's not delay. Together strong, we can't be wrong. BM will make a change. In talk where we march, in kids where we stand. BM's the one, we won't be ignored. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's the one, let's not lose. From Kaputa to Kasamba, from Nakonde to Borogoso, BM's the man, let's show it so. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's the one, let's give him a voice. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream.
Welcome back to BM8 Unfiltered. I'm here with Honorable Brian Mundubile, and let's get straight into it. We were talking about, the strategy that you've put across as Tonse Pamodzi Alliance, and I know you're still working things out, but many people are still asking, does this answer the question of who is going to be your running mate come August? Is that now being put to bed?
Nabuchi, nominations are only next week. The Zambian people, we will know once we unveil the running mate in this particular case. But I think what most Zambians really want, they want to know what this combination, this measure will do for the farmers. The people in Mugubudu, the people in Kalumwange, the people in Nanluei, the people in Luampa. These are farmers, Buchi, growing tobacco, growing soybeans, growing cassava. They really want to know. They want to hear the policies that we have in agriculture. And we are saying this combination has got answers for you, because we will not only promote your agricultural activities, we'll go as far as promoting value addition. We have said this, and we'll say it again. Most of the employment opportunities that we want to create, Buchi, are actually in the agriculture sector. In case you didn't know, the agriculture sector actually employs up to about 70%, even as we sit now. So now, when we begin to industrialize, when we promote value addition in agriculture, we'll actually absorb more numbers. But most importantly, you look at the plight of the farmers today, the tobacco farmers, what they're going through. When you go to Chipata, when you go to Kasenengwa, kwa Chiwoko kuja, kwa Samieri, people grow a lot of cotton, they grow tobacco, they grow soybeans. What has government done for them the past 5 years? What are the deliberate policies that we are going to bring up under Pamodzi Alliance to promote agricultural activities in these areas? I think that's where the focus is. The many people would like to see that whatever combination, that to come up with as regards president and a running mate, it should be a combination that will be able to implement the policies that work for the Zambian people.
Now, let me take you to something that happened recently. You managed to have your supporters processed by the ECZ, and this is across the country. What does this say about, the Tonse, the readiness, capabilities of your team as a whole come August?
Yes, thank you, Buchi. The Tonse structures spread right across the country. You'll be interested to note that we have provincial committees with 72 members in all the 10 provinces. We have district committees, each with 72 members in all the 116 districts. We have 72 members at constituency level. In this particular case, of course, we have up to 156. We haven't yet created a new constituency structures, as it were. So with that sort of structure, which you expect that whether it's Women's Day, Youth Day, Independence Day, or any other national event, we are able, to quickly mobilize and coordinate our people.
Interesting. I wanted to speak to the 100 Days of Hope that you launched just about 2 weeks ago. And now, as we're speaking, we're talking 91 days into that 100 days. So basically, that 100 days, we're chipping into it. What message would you like the Zambians to hold on as you embark on this 100 days journey? Because it becomes different every week with the new members joining the alliance. It shows that you're working on one hand, and at the same time, it also shows that the family is getting bigger. So what message would you like the Zambians to hold as you embark on this journey?
Yes, Buchi, maybe we can start with, to who is this hope directed? The hope is directed to civil servants. It's directed to servicemen and women. It's directed to our farmers, directed to our youths, directed to our old women, and many other citizens, including students. Yeah, so the 90 days of hope now, as you say, is about 90 days of hope, is to assure the farmers that not too long from now, you will get paid on time once you supply your farm produce. Is to assure the tobacco farmers that government will intervene and come in as an aggregator, create an aggregator, whether through IDC or the private sector, that will be able to pay you for your tobacco fair prices. To assure the cotton farmers that government will not leave you uko kwa Chiwoko, mukalima cotton, government comes in as an aggregator, okay, to make sure that those farmers do not lose out on their produce. To our youths in Kikonge, tikamba kuti ya jamaa youths ali ku Kikonge, this government, the Tonse government, will not take barrows pointed at them. It will take barrows that will point away from them to protect them from foreigners who may want to encroach upon their mining activities. That's assurance that we have. We will not send the army or police to drive them away from those particular locations. We will instead send experts, mining experts, to study the areas where they're working from, mark the areas, quantify the quantum of the resource that is there, and give them licenses and equipment so that they can mine and the sector is formalized. To our young musicians, artists, under our creative arts, we are migrating the creative arts to an economic sector. What does that mean? By elevating it, we'll ensure that those artists, the musicians and actors, can make a livelihood out of their natural talents, as it were. So that is the hope that we're giving to the many people of this country.
Well, you've concluded your tenure now as MP for Poroposo. How would you describe your stay in the 13th National Assembly and the handling of business by the Speaker of the House?
Well, Puchi, maybe it's only fair that I start with Mporokoso. I mean, what have I done for the people of Mporokoso? My tenure, of course, has been a mixed one on account of the manner and the way that Parliament has been handled. But very quickly, maybe I can walk you through my tour of duty in the constituency. I'm very happy that I was given that opportunity by the people of Mporokoso to serve. I wish to express my profound gratitude endetotela kube na Mporokoso pakumpela kwa kashitaka kumibombelanga MP. Mwebe na Mporokoso ine ilya inshita na bombele na imwe na ishibye kutia lini training. Nsha ishibye kutia lini training ukumona efyo kuntanshi ningesa teke chalo. Uko Mporokoso mkwayinga muleyibukisha kale zesko njala mimba melu takwali myendele isuma iyo twalishako musebo kula kwine kwa zesko njala mimba twalibika kone namalaiti twabika kona namatawa twabika kona clinic twabika kona mande abaticha nga twafuma hapo twaisaya kumalunda na kuchilando twalibika ko amasukulu na emisebo na clinic kwa mpepi mukwai twaisaya kwa mulama nako twampela ko musebo twapela ko namalaiti na amasukulu mukwayinga twaya kwa mutitima nako kwento mpela omusebo twamipela amasukulu 1 2 twabika pona clinic na matawa elo nomba twadonza malaiti over 80 kilometers okufuma mukawambwa okwingira mu Mporokoso imishi yonse omu Mporokoso kwa shalafe 15%, 85% of the villages in Mporokoso have got access to electricity. I can't say they are electrified, but they've got power lines passing through there. Pita kwa mole, kwa konse kwa mchele kuntu twala malaiti. Amalaiti nombea shalile fie kwa Kambove na kuchilando. So kanshi mwewe na Mporokoso, uko Mporokoso kuna sambilile, ukusunga abantu kuti abantu bafwaye emisebo, abantu bafwaye ifpatala, abantu bafwaye amasukulu, abantu bafwaye amalaiti, abantu bafwaye amenshi. Kanshi fyonse fina kolo ndamo, uko Mporokoso twali mishila one of the biggest water reticulation projects within Mporokoso. Uko twalifumia ko takwa bobo afya yo. Ngefyo na ndile kumalaiti ya alifika mumishi yonse ukufumisha kofe kwa Kambobe na kwa Chilando. Imisebo total number of roads ama federal twapangiliomo over 300 kilometers put together. Kanshi mkwai nga twaya pachikosa twalileta po mini hospital iyanyu. Kui mweba nandi wa MP mweba ya Mporokoso. Ndefu ya mukonke imilimo twabombele imilimo nabombele naba nandi kulia iya kuchinje nchende pamiaka elo bampele ukuti ningateka. I just thought I should say thank you to the people of Mporokoso. They gave me a training ground. You know, I'm able to, go through a number of projects that we did. And most of these happened before 2021 when we had, an opportunity to work freely in these constituencies. Yes, so as a member of parliament in the House, Bochi, I think from 2024, I became inactive. It was not very easy to operate in that House. A member of parliament has privileges and immunities. Privileges and immunities are there to give a member of parliament power to discharge his duties unimpeded. This is what runs in Parliament. So what the speakers of this National Assembly have tried to do is actually to remove the powers, privileges, and immunities that are given to parliamentarians. As a result, parliamentarians were unable to discharge their duties freely and diligently. Now, as a result of that, Buchi, maybe many people may not have a full appreciation of the role that Parliament plays in the governance system. You know, Buchi, as a result of how the presiding officers were conducting themselves, the Zambian government was able to increase power, and Zambians could not, through the representatives, argue on the floor of the House because the presiding officer would not allow them. The Zambian government could export maize and create a hunger situation back home, and the members of parliament are not given chance to debate and take government to task. The Zambian government could be given $20 million by the US government, and to procure maize to give out to the communities that were suffering because of drought. And the maize does not come, and nobody can ask because they're protected by Parliament. Parliament could not even interrogate some of the transactions and deals that ZESCO and the Zambian government were getting into through Canona that have affected most of the consumers negatively. So the role of Parliament, members of Parliament are able to ask questions to the executive to clarify on a number of things. As a result of there being no parliamentary democracy, Zambians could not, through the representatives, question government how they transferred or how they gave a concession in the Ndola Dio carriageway without Parliament's approval. They could not ask how Mopani shares were moved and transferred, sold without Parliament approval. So everything has gone wrong because members of Parliament cannot speak freely. Everything has gone wrong because the speakers were getting affected whenever members of Parliament asked questions to the executive. So what you call the doctrine of separation of powers is simply gone, because now the Zambian Parliament and the government were acting as one. There was a community of mind. You could actually see the choreography between a Parliament and the executive each time there was a contentious subject on the floor of the House.
Well, we're almost wrapping our conversation here, but I want to ask something, because this same Parliament has seen a couple of laws, ascend into finally becoming, the rule of law, and we could talk to Bill 7, which is one that was a very contentious. We can talk to the cybersecurity law. The reason I'm asking this is because every election comes with a young person who is 18 years of age and maybe voting for the very first time. What is your message to this young 18-year-old who is voting for the very first time? Because this is a very sensitive time for them. Maybe they're seeing this environment for the very first time. They're making this decision for the very first time.
Well, first of all, to our young people, I want to appeal to them that as you go and cast your vote on the 18th of August, go and vote for Bill 7 or Constitution Amendment Bill number 13. Go and vote for the Public Gathering Act. Go and vote for the Electoral Process Act. Go and vote for the CCTV Act. That's what you're going to vote for. And the many acts that have been passed, we want you to go through and go and vote for those. It's not so much about BM8. It's not so much about Tonse. Go and vote for your current unemployment situation, the hunger situation. If you're a younger driver, go and vote because of what you're going through. The truck drivers, the bus drivers, the taxi drivers, go and vote for your situation. Our small-scale miners, the Jerabos, muke mechi pipya, nokuya mkuvota, yamule vota, mwibukishe fyo gavumenti yamipishamo ngali myafuirisha mukayavota kulingana na gavumenti yamyafuirisha nga tayamyafuirisha kuvota okuifumyapo. The civil servants, see what you've been through as you go to cast your vote. Don't get swayed with what trappings government can bring in at the last minute. Remember what experiences you've had the past 5 years as you go to cast your vote. I'm appealing to all the farmers not to forget that they once supplied maize and they were not paid a year later. To the Zambian people, look at your own situation. Look at the lives that you're leading. Look at the oppressive environment within which you're forced to function. To our teachers, the much celebrated free education. You know the details. Is it indeed free education? Are you better now with this free education, or were you better then? Ask yourself these questions. Yeah, so this is what Zambians are going to vote for. So the young ones, the old generation, the students, the working poor. Look at the opportunities, Mr. Pella. There was that app, what was it called? A job. There was an app that was launched by the president. What is it called again? For jobs, as it were.
The Mr. Pella.
Mr. Pella app. Has a Mr. Pella app worked for you? Or has it been the database that you didn't know about? Ukuba mipela Mr. Pella app can't call your database. Look at the businesses, the many business men and women. To be able to do business with government, somebody has to check your names at Pakra. It has never happened. A company once incorporated is a person at law. There is no need to see who's behind that company. But under the UPND, they go and check, and if your name is not one that somebody likes, there's been no business for you the past 5 years. That's what you must go and vote for. Time has come for you to wake up early in the morning, begin to prepare your voter's card, and on the 13th of August, you go and cast your vote wisely. At Tonse, we're saying there's hope. To the civil servants who professionalize the civil service, employment will be on merit. We'll depoliticize the civil service. At Tonse, we do not only want to change government, but we want to change how government works. We want to not only look at policy shifts without looking at state policies. To our servicemen and women, we are saying the notching system, which could have seen your salaries and wages adjusted upwards up to some point by now, have remained stagnated. Tonse is coming to come and implement those adjustments so that your living conditions and standards are in conformity to the work that you do. It's a promise that we've made. We call it a social contract with the Zambian people, where we are moving the women from the margins to the center of policy formulation and economic transformation, making our youths the main drivers of this economic transformation. So the youths, whether you're students or youths on the street, your hope is in Tonse. Please begin to spread the word that Tonse is coming. Tonse has merged with the PF Pamodzi, and together we promise and undertake to change the way things are done.
Well, that's it for BM8 Unfiltered for this week. But in the coming weeks, we will sit down and break down the various chapters of the manifesto that holds Honorable Brian Mundubile to account when he ascends into office. You stay tuned to your favorite space every Thursday right here on the same platform and the various platforms. We also want to say thank you for everyone who's sharing these videos, and to everyone who is commenting in the comment section, to asking those questions. You are part of this show as much as I am. Thank you, and good evening, Zambia.
If government fails to resolve the challenges the Zambians are facing, the Zambians must remove government. And indeed, I'm happy that the Zambian people have decided, they've made up their minds, that come this August, specifically August 18th, the UPND will lead government. Because they have failed to resolve the challenges of the Zambian people.
In Osaka town, people walk and talk. BM's name on everyone's lips. They can't be sure. He fights for us, he leads the way. We need to stand up, show we're not afraid to say. From Chipata to Luansha, from Soezi to Mongo, BM's name rings loud, no one can ignore. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's name one, let's give them a voice. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. Gather round, let's make a plan. BM's the man, let's not delay. Together strong, we can't be wrong. BM will make a change. In talk where we march, in kids where we stand. BM's the one, we won't be ignored. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's the one, let's not lose. From Kaputa to Kasamba, from Nakonde to Borogoso, BM's the man, let's show it so. We gotta vote, we gotta choose. BM's the one, let's give him a voice. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM, we'll vote for him. BM, our leader, our dream. BM,